Hello everybody, this is Adam here, coming at you. I just want to do a quick stove comparison today and tell you why I chose what I chose and which one I use and which ones I don't. So I'm going to go show you which one, what we got here first. First here is, this is your Coleman Peak 1 isobutane stove. The next is the E-Tech City 3.9 ounce backpacking stove. And the third one here is the Milltec by Outdoor Products isobutane stove. Now, let's start off here first. The Coleman here, I do not use. I don't like this stove. Probably dropped it. Probably never will. I'll probably never take this backpacking, maybe car camping, but it's heavy. It doesn't have an automatic ignition on it, and it's too heavy. This thing weighs like 7.6 ounces or something like that. It's weighty for what it is. Maybe if we were to take a drill bit or a cutting wheel and maybe cut out some of this on here, that we could lighten this up slightly. I'm not too sure. Maybe one day I'll play with it and experiment. But we got the next one here, which is the E-Tech City 3.9 ounce backpacking stove. A lot of you are probably familiar with this. It's what, like $4 on Amazon or something like that. It's dirt cheap. If you're on a tight budget, this is the stove to go with. This next one is, it's a Milltec by Outdoor Products. I actually had a hard time finding this stove online. I actually bought this from a flea market retailer near me. I only paid like $7 for this stove from the retailer. I did a quick internet search and I found only 2 websites that listed it, but one only had it in stock. The one website was sportsmansguide.com, but they were out of stock on this stove. The next one was Thrillon, and they had this stove listed at $24.99. I don't know. I would check probably your local flea market to see if maybe they have some of these. I honestly think that this is some kind of military surplus stove. Maybe at a surplus ranger store you could find it. But this is my go-to stove. This is what I like to take when I go backpacking. It's not the lightest. This comes in at like 4.6 ounces, which is, what is it, 1 point something ounces compared to the E-Tech City. For the extra ounce, I will take this stove, and I'll explain why. The E-Tech City stove is a great little stove, but I like to use my GSI Soloist 750 ml pot. Now the problem with this, let me get a canister here, is when you're trying to balance the pot on 4 points of contact, it just doesn't seem like it fits very well. And you can see how small of a diameter these are, even with the legs tilted out. The stove sits there. You can't tell right now. Maybe you could a little bit, but the stove's not sitting straight on here. They're not perfect, and this is quite wobbly. If you're stirring something, I'm afraid it's going to tip over. Now, if you had something like the GSI cup or the Stanley pot, I got a Stanley pot right here, it's a little bit better. But it's still not great because of the fact that you're trying to balance on 4 points and they're not all even. You might be able to see that it's not sitting straight. I have tried to fix it. I filed them slightly, a little bit, trying to get the feet to lay, and I just can't get it to work correctly. So, and, let me add this too. When you light this thing doesn't always light for me. Turn it on. First time. That's not always the case. Sometimes, there it is. Now it's going to work every time. But sometimes what I have to do is I got to put my hand over this, catch the gas, and then hit the igniter, and then it lights. Which is kind of a pain in the butt, I think. So, let me switch over to this Milltec stove. Put it on the canister. Now, a little bit of a neat feature with this stove is right here. You see this little screen? Well, that breaks the gas up on the igniter and gives it somewhere to ignite. I've never had a problem with lighting this stove. It lights every time. Oh, gotta turn the gas on to get it to light. Alright. Now, one thing too, the difference between this stove and these two stoves is the burn pattern for this on this E-Tech City is only like an inch and a half around. Where this, with the bigger burn head, is much better for this GSI pot. And as you can see, I put it on there. It's on there. There's real good grip on the feet here. And plus you're only balancing on 3 points, so it's cradling the pot. You can see it's on there. You could stir this and it's not going nowhere. I like that a lot about this stove. So, like I said, I'll put a link in the description on how to get this stove. I'll do the Sportsman's Guide and I'll do that other one that actually has it in stock. But like I said, they're asking $25 for it. I think I paid like $7 for this stove. This one it's called the Milltech Outdoor Products Milltech by Starum or something like that. I don't know. But this is an excellent stove. I love it. That's why I prefer this one over any of these other two here. So, any questions, let me know. Please comment, like, subscribe. I'm trying to look for a few more subscribers. That'd be great. And then you guys could tell me what you want. I'm not that computer literate. I try the best I can with what I have. And all I have is a junky old PC. So, alright. Let me know what you think. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you.